Good morning. It's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. I was just thinking this morning, that if Penguin Place was a soap opera, probably wouldn't be called Penguin Place. It would be called As the Plans Change. So last night, my plan was to take, hey, or as the dinosaurs fall. Just stay there until you're ready for your appearance, okay? The plan was to take this bag of camo scrap yarn from the current Battle of the Bags, the twins, take this and make a Stegosaurus. Now it's a pattern that I've used before, and this was made with a sport weight pink and a sport weight green put together, held together, and then I just used a bright green for the spikes. This was like a worsted weight red with a sport weight white, and then I used brown for the spikes. Okay, back in the dinosaur bag with you guys. So the plan was to make a Stegosaurus with this. Didn't happen. Oh, I did make a Stegosaurus. I got out there and I saw my little bank of pink scraps. And I thought, I've never made a striped Stegosaurus before. I wonder how it would look. There we go. There's Pinky, the striped Stegosaurus. That wiped out the bag of pink scraps. I could do it again with blue, or I could go back to my original plan and do one in camo, or I could do them both. I did use some pink for another project though. Yesterday I just did a recap video, scrap bag 2. I'm working my way through and doing wrap up videos for each of my scrap bags. Yesterday, I was not feeling particularly, I was sort of camera shy yesterday. It was just, I was having a little bit of a rough day, and I just didn't feel like getting in front of the camera. I worked on the laptop for hours. I didn't accomplish all that I wanted to, but I did get some significant stuff done. But one thing I was doing was updating some Etsy listings. And I was looking for something. I can't remember what I was looking for now, but I found a hamster that I didn't know I had. I've recently made a couple of hamsters. I made, let's see, a peach one and an orange one. And guess what I found in a box? A dark red one. So I got them all together, and my hamster listing on Etsy had expired. I renewed it, put the new pictures in, updated all the stuff, and got that going. And I saw that all 3 hamsters were not having healthy snacks. There was a brown cookie, and there was a regular cookie, and there was a brownie type cookie, dark brown, and there was a tan cookie, like a regular cookie, and there was a pink donut. We need someone to exert some good influence over their snacking. So last night I made a pink hamster who has a carrot. So she will go into the listing with her cousins, and hopefully she can encourage them to better eating habits. I also cleared up a few more little scraps from the, oh yeah, there was purple in that pink too. So I used purple to make a mini Mushy Boy. And he joins a blue mini Mushy that I made maybe like 2 days ago, but I forgot to show the video. So now I'm up to quite a few Mushy Boys. I have to get them all together and get an Etsy listing for them. Etsy! I got an Etsy order yesterday. In the midst of not feeling well and all this, I saw the notification on my phone that I had an Etsy order. And it was from someone who watches my videos. You would see her comments as Fairy Faye. And she wrote the sweetest note, and she ordered 2 items from me. So I got them out in the mailbox. They're on their way. But it was just very uplifting yesterday to get that. And that did spur me to get, a little more organized and update my inventory and update my accounting and try to get things up to snuff again. So I did update a lot of Etsy stuff yesterday. And now I'm trying to remember where I was going with that line of that rabbit trail. I don't know. I still have a bunch of like one-up items that I need to add to Etsy. Like I recently made an axolotl. I recently made a gecko. I have this one to add to the 2 that I already have made. Maybe I'll wait until I get this one made too and add 2 in one shot. Yeah, it's almost time for Hawaii 5-0. So I'll be out in my chair working, playing with yarn for about an hour now. An hour or 2 or 3 or 4. I think the 2 o'clock episode and the 3 o'clock episode are ones that I've seen before, so I might not watch those. I might get something else done during those time periods. But I am making some good progress on this scrap bag. So the little scraps left are this camo and this blue. There's another bag of just really little stuff. And then there are 3 bags, I think, of one color. Royal blue, navy blue, and purple. So I'm going to have to come up with some dark projects. It's not as much fun working on dark projects. It's a little harder to see your stitches. And they're just not as bright and cheerful as other colors. But I will use those up. So I'm sitting here thinking, I need some hand lotion. It's out of reach. It's not that far away. Yeah, it's out of reach. So that's it. Next time I'm on the computer, I will put in a link. This is a paid pattern on Etsy from Mini Gurumi, Hungry Hamsters. These are a free pattern, I think on Instagram. And this is a free pattern on Ravelry. Now, I think I goofed on the head. I think the head should have been just a little bit bigger. But I started it while I was watching Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. And there's a lot of numbers being called out then. So I think the numbers that I was hearing were getting me a little mixed up. And one of these days, when I've got some extra time, did you say that? I want to take the pattern and retype it into my style. It's not all that bad, but the thing that really gets me is she'll have like round 1 space dash space, and then she starts the instructions. So it might say like round 3 dash 4 single crochets comma increase times 2. So my brain sees that and says, oh, this is rounds 3 and 4. Or like, why does this say rounds 4 and 2? So I want to retype it in bigger print because it is very small print on the original. There's a lot of pictures that I don't need, because I've made like a dozen of these so far. So bigger print, either a colon or a closed parenthesis after the round number, so that it's not as confusing as a dash. And just shorthand it a little bit. Some of her instructions could be pared down just a little bit so that the lines are shorter. It's still very readable. There was one free pattern that I found on Ravelry, and I just looked at the instructions, and it was sort of like fingers on a chalkboard, because she had written in so many unneeded things. Like, if I was writing up, okay, once you get to about this point, you're doing the same thing for X many rows. Instead of just saying like rounds 18 through 24 single crochet, and then 30 in parentheses to show your stitch count, she would say round 12 single crochet in each stitch. No, round 12 through 18 single crochet in each stitch in the round, and then in parentheses 30 stitches in each round. Like, you could just put, for my shorthand, rounds 12 through whatever, 30 single crochet, 30. That's it. That's all you need. You don't need all the in each stitch around. I know she's trying to be clear, but sometimes when there's so many extra words in the pattern, it's hard to find what you're looking for. So the patterns that I really, really, really make a lot, I like to retype in my own style, in bigger type. If it's 14 point, I can read it without my readers. But I think this one is probably about 6 point, maybe 7 or 8. It's small. I need it bigger. Okay. That's it. That's my rant for the day. I like having things done a certain way. I like patterns a certain way. And if I'm going to do that pattern over and over and over again, I'm going to do it my way. And I want it typed up my way. And I'm a pretty good typist, so I can do that. I can do it quicker. For some people, it probably would be faster for them to sit down with a pen and paper and write it out. But, and then you can copy and paste and all that. So, okay. So which one do you think I'm going to do first? Do you think I will stick with the original plan and do the camel? Or do you think I will give in to the let's see how it looks temptation and do one in blue stripes? What do you think? Bye-bye. And thank you for watching.